Have you all watched this comment that was made by the chairman of BOA? Apparently, he said he was going to crash the price of rice and flour, and a lot of Nigerians were jubilating because, after all, the price of rice or the price of food generally will crash, and it's really a very good thing. But to me, I was trying to understand one fact. What exactly could be the reason why he made that statement? To me, my understanding was very simple. He was going to have a massive waiver from the government to import these two items. Importing this from a country that has a functioning system, a functioning government, better road, that have subsidies and a lot of incentive from the government to be able to produce and export. And when you get this kind of opportunity or waiver, obviously you're going to have people that will come into your country to purchase these goods and export it to their own country. And when you do that, probably this country that this food will be imported from, they're going to have a lot of government incentives, better road, better security, better government incentive. Also, probably there will definitely be better electricity or power supply, and also at a cheaper rate. So when you're importing from this country and you bring it to your own country, what will happen? Definitely you're going to make a lot of profits. And when you do a simple arithmetics, definitely you're going to make profits. But the question now is, what happens if the government now decide to lift that waiver? Can you continue importing again? Simple. The answer is obviously no, because you can't. But the consequences of that on your own economy will be that you are still going to continue to have a malfunctioning system because you're not supporting the farmers, because right now there's little or no support to the farmers. There is little or no support also to the manufacturing sector in Nigeria. We are currently having an increase in electricity tariffs, increase in taxes, insecurity. And how about the farmers in Nigeria that are currently with the bandits? What is the government doing actually in order to save them and to protect their interest? So if you do that, if you crash the price of rice in the short term, in the long term, or in the nearest future time, the prices are going to soar because you just can't continue importing. You can't talk about global, let's say, localization, or when you try to patronize your own local economy or local producers or manufacturers or even the farmers, as the case might be. You can't do that if you don't restrict imports. You have to restrict import. So you have to try to understand that the very best way to grow the agricultural sector is to start by seeing how you can empower the farmers who are the major producers of these goods. You have to empower them, give them loans, protect the farms, ensure there is adequate security in the market and in their farms, ensure that even the producers you have in Nigeria, you are able to give them a lot of incentive, cheaper electricity, ensure there is adequate water and also at a very cheaper rate, and also ensure that you are giving them loan at a very lower interest rate. If you do that, there is nothing that will stop them from competing from some of these countries that you are importing from. Obviously, it is true, and we all know that. But the question is, I intend to ask all of us is, why is it that there is not going to be any reduction in the price of cement, which is currently around 10,000 naira? Why not also bring it down to maybe 3,000 or 4,000 for our own sake or for the sake of the country? Because a lot of people are building. There's a huge patronage. All right, you are not importing cement. That could be the very reason why. And you have a high production cost in Nigeria, so it definitely can work. So it's very simple. The only way to grow as an economy is to stop importing and empower your own rural producers and manufacturers in the country. If you do that, you're going to, you're going to have a weaker, a stronger currency, and you're going to have a more stabilized economy, an economy that will be able to feed its people. You can't simply talk about localization or patronizing your own local economy if you don't restrict the border. It's something that everyone should understand.